Okay, y'all. So the underlying energy for you guys is the Three of Swords. So there is looking at some old issues right now. So possibly somebody that's coming back from the past, bringing up some old issues again. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with the Three of Swords, this can't talk about betrayal or heartache. But the betrayal part really is about the Ten of Wands, and not so much the Three of Wands, but I still can see this happening. Third party situations could come up here, but I'm not getting that. I'm getting more of a feeling of just heartache and just some wounds that have never really been tended to in the best way possible. Okay. Now, considering that you have this here underneath this, what is it? The Hierophant. So some old issues about commitment possibly that could come up, which makes a lot of sense why commitment would be your obstacle. But your current state of being here is the Two of Wands. So I feel like right now you're trying to figure out which direction you want to go, trying to make the decision, putting your action toward it. Because wherever you decide to go, action is needed immediately. So I feel like right now you're trying to decide where you want to push your energy towards, which direction, because there's a crossroads, right? You can't continue to move forward. This operation is stopped. It's like either this way or that way, right? So I really feel like right now it's all about making a decision and going to take action on the decision that you make. Now, where you want to be, which your goal is the Magician. So I feel like you want to get more confident in your ability to manifest your dreams, to be able to bring to fruition your hopes and your desires. I feel like maybe even this desire to even communicate right here too. But I really feel like it's just having the ability to feel more confident in yourself, feel more confident in your journey, and really be able to manifest and feel as though you can manifest anything, and have be prepared to have whatever you're manifesting come your way. The thing that's keeping you from the Magician is the Ten of Pentacles, not Ten of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, y'all. So I feel like committing to this path here is the problem. It's hard to do. For some of you guys, it could be that there's someone that you are currently with in a relationship, and they are having a hard time committing. Maybe they don't want to commit, and you're trying to be committed, but there is no commitment here. So I do feel like this is you, though, considering that what was underneath the Three of Swords here for your underlying energy was the Hierophant. So the Hierophant does indicate commitment. So it's old issues with commitment. Right now, it could be that you're having a hard time committing to the situation. Because of being left out. Honestly, my immediate saying was being left out in the cold, but I don't think this, obviously the Five of Pentacles is feeling left out in the cold. But I feel like you've probably been waiting for a while, and you put a lot of energy or action towards something, and you probably hadn't gotten a response back from it. Nothing really developed from it. Or perhaps that you've been sitting here, you're still currently waiting on the manifestation to return to you. Okay. Now, what your best path to follow is, what your goal is, not your goal, well, best path to follow to get to your goal is to manifest, is to know what your heart's desire is, ultimately, to figure out what it is that makes you happy and just sit on it, right? But not necessarily like sit on it to like expect it and wait for it to happen, but to know that you have, that you know what you want and that it's pursuable, okay? The reason why this is the wish card and everything is because your heart isn't a good place when you're thinking of your heart's desire. When you're thinking of the things that make you happy, or what it is that you're trying to go after that makes you happy. This is the reason why it's the wish card, because you are emitting a vibe, sent out to the universe to kind of let them know, hey, I'm actually interested in getting what I want. But it's also the releasing of what it is that you want that brings it back. Okay, so I feel like right now is to figure out what it is that you want and remain in a state of happiness as much as possible. Okay, I'm going to pull an extra card for y'all in regards to the Nine of Cups, see what other information we can get with that. What other advice can we get with the Nine of Cups to help get to the Nine of Cups, if that makes sense? The Five of Swords. So this is talking about considering yourself when it comes to the Nine of Swords. What is it that you want? Be as selfish as you want with your dream. Be as selfish as you want with your desires. But just also be very careful that you don't do everything and anything that you have to do to get to where you want to be. You don't have to act out of desperation now, Aries. You can get what you want. You can manifest it. Just stay focused on what you're meant to do and nothing more. Okay, don't try. I really would suggest, you know, trying not to force the situation, especially if you really want it. There could be some empty victories that come up, but it's all necessary. You know what I'm saying? It's all there for a purpose. But be very careful not to force things or be codependent in any way, because right now the focus is on you, your goal, and getting there, and that's it. Okay. Now, for your feelings, you have the Three of Pentacles. So I do feel like there is a planning for the future. You recognize the future. You could feel the future is just urging for something to be built. Something is just dying to be created with you and your partner, with you by yourself, if you don't have anybody in your life right now, or you're planning on building a foundation for yourself to begin to put yourself out there. But you recognize there is a future ahead, and you want to act on that. And your hopes and fears, you have the Magician, sorry, not the Magician, the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess does talk about secrets, not knowing a lot, not knowing everything. But the High Priestess is actually hidden knowledge. So she may not be, you know, talkative, or she may not even talk at all. But she has a lot of knowledge in her. For some of you guys, you may or may not want to receive a lot of help. Trusting your intuition is a big thing. I feel like this is really talking about your intuition, trusting yourself, because that's what the Magician does. He trusts himself and trusts his capability of getting what he wants done. So I do feel like maybe you want to trust your intuition a lot more, or maybe you're afraid that your true intuition may be wrong. You don't know if you could truly trust, you know, yourself emotionally, because it could lead you on the wrong track. It could get you back to here. But I really feel like trusting yourself is the biggest thing you can do, especially when it comes to getting to where you want to be. Okay. Now, with your outcome here, you have the Four of Swords. So that already indicates to me that you're going to be taking a break in the future, taking a rest. And I feel like this rest has a lot to do with, you know, the effort that you're going to be putting into making this, you know, making the Magician happen. You're going to be focusing a lot on what it is that makes you happy. Okay. But there's a state of rest here. There's a state of pause. Let me go ahead and quickly pull for this and see what's going on with that. Why does Aries have the Four of Swords for the outcome? Because of the Nine of Cups. Okay. Wow. So you guys I feel like you're taking a rest or reflecting because of this wish that you have, because of your heart's desire. Perhaps you're going to find out what your heart's desire is. If you don't know what your heart's desire is, you're going to need some time away. You're going to need to be very selfish and take some time out and look within yourself, right? You know what you want. You know what you want, but you have to look for it first within yourself. It's this dream that you have here to manifest what it is that you want, but you don't have a dream, it looks like. You don't know what it is that you want. You have to have your heart's desire in mind before you can manifest it. And you can. You're Aries, okay? Nothing stops you. Nothing keeps you from anything. You guys, when you want something done, you know how to get it done. And that's the most amazing thing about you guys. You guys, when you are determined, you guys could put when your mindset is to anything, you guys could get it done. Okay? So I feel like in the future, you guys are going to be taking a bit of a rest, okay? A bit of a rest because of your heart's desire, because I feel like you're trying to figure out what it is in your heart's desire that you know that's you know, manifestable, if that makes sense. But I feel like also it's taking a rest to get to a place of content, because that's what the Nine of Swords is all about. Nine of Cups is all about as well. Nine of Cups does indicate that, you know, being good and feeling good about yourself, feeling good about your situation, having confidence in yourself. Because it's very similar to the Nine of Pentacles, but it's more of a cups thing. It's more of an emotional thing instead of a physical thing. You feel very good. That's what I see. You know, you feel very content. And I feel like that's what you want to be. Getting to a place of content is the best place to be. All right, guys. And your romance angels, you guys have Express your love. Wow. Okay. And this says here, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Wow. And I do feel like this is the case. Make the romantic gesture on what it is that exactly makes you happy. What do you want? Focusing on your goals, focusing on what this is. Don't let the past pains of commitment keep you back. I feel like what made you happy was feeling secure in your emotions. I mean, that's what the Nine of Cups can indicate to me as well. Feeling secure in your emotions. Now, if you could feel secure in your emotions, you'll be able to manifest just fine. But it's the commitment part that's a little bit hard. Committing to it, committing to this relationship. Oof. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and pull your whispers of love for the week. Okay. Oh, wow. Honesty is essential. And this says, to be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. So there's a lot of things coming up about communicating and expressing. So taking action and communication, even though there's not a lot of, there's hardly any swords cards except for the Five of Swords clarifying the Nine of Cups in your in your advice. So maybe it's talking about maybe it is talking about communicating what your want is and not compromising, because this is what the Five of Swords is all about. He doesn't compromise when he gets what he wants. I really feel like when you know what you want, don't compromise it, don't change it, don't adjust it, don't do anything. Know what you want, stick with it. And I feel like that commitment to your goals, that commitment, that's building a commitment to yourself in a sense. This is pretty much practically a commitment right here. When you're like, nah, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to get. And if you can't help me get this, if this is not you that's going to help me get it, then I have to go and find another way. And I feel like that is addressing the commitment issue right here. The commitment to yourself, to gaining what it is that you want and what you truly want, and feeling fulfilled in that. Okay. So just keep that in mind. I really feel like right now, remaining focused on what it is that you want and getting what you want is much more important than compromising right now. Okay. But all right, Aries, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this reading, inspires you to go ahead and go after what your truth is. Don't let anybody keep you from what you want, because honestly, guys, if what's keeping you from the Magician is compromising your wants, adjusting your wants for someone else, then it's going to be a lot harder to get to repair the damage that was put on this relationship, to put on the fact of, whatever is keeping you from committing. It's not going to repair that, because you can't even commit to yourself 100%. So you got to commit to yourself 100% right now. Commit to your dream.